saw something for a moment. Hang on. You ever have a feeling that something's watching you or something? No. Hey, what's that? Well, it's a box. Let's see, we'll open it up and see what we can find here. Yeah. Oh, that's bright. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, a little bright there, whatever that is. A little bit bright. Ooh, I've been waiting for this a while. Okay, you're probably wondering what's in the box. Let's see. So am I. It finally showed up. Oh my goodness. I've been waiting for this thing for 2.5 months. Imagine that. What is that? Where is that light coming from? I don't know what's coming. I don't know. I have to investigate that a little bit more. Well, hello again, YouTube. As you just saw, I tried to do a little something different for the intro, but I'm not really quite sure how I'm going to go about it. So I thought I'd do something a little different for this thing. From what I just showed you in the box, just a quick glimpse. The next model kits from number 7, 8, 9, and 10 for the Ecto-1 finally showed up after 2.5 months. And all for this one gift. I had to wait 2.5 months for this. Why is it backwards? Hang on. I'll flip the camera around. I noticed when I got it in this angle, it looks like it's in reverse. I don't know how to make it look right, so let's do it this way. Okay, that's better. For 2.5 months, I've been waiting for them to restock this free gift so I can get that. And that's some silly stuff, but yeah, that's what I've been waiting on for. They've been waiting on to give me this free gift for 2.5 months. Well, because they didn't have it in stock. But it is made out of metal tin, as you can see. It's the same size as a regular license plate. I think it's just a replica of it for Ecto-1. But yeah. But let me change camera and our angles, and I will continue with this in just a moment. Okay, let me try to start this over. Okay, so this is going to be well, it's not really the first video on the Ecto-1. The other video I did was more or less like an introductory kind of video, but where I'd already done like issue number 1 through 3 before I even started doing videos on it. So now, going forward, I will be documenting as I put the model together. So for 2 months now, you know, the videos I've been shooting for the Fast and Furious, you know, I've already gotten more videos uploaded, but they'll go public in the next several weeks. Over every Saturday for the next 5 or 6 weeks. That's how many videos I did for the Fast and Furious. So yeah, I'm happy to see that they finally released the Ecto-1 model kit to me so I could start building on it, right? So I'll show the magazine, and after that we'll get to the model build itself. Okay, this is... Now there's going to be 4 kits to each magazine. It ain't like the Fast and Furious where each kit has 1 magazine. So with the Ecto-1 from Eaglemoss, it's going to be 4 kits to 1 magazine. So in this issue, so we're going to say that this is going to be issue number 4, which is going to have kits number 7, 8, 9, and 10 in it. But I'm still only going to do 1 video per kit, because this, from what I'm seeing in the kit so far, this is going to be very intricate, and it may take me a while. So it's got a lot more details compared to the other model. But I'll show you what the magazine looks like, and then I'll show you what the kits look like, and then we'll go from there. So here's the magazine. Now I haven't looked at this yet, so I don't know what's in the magazine yet. I just got it. So we're gonna see what's in it together. So contents, and as you can see, this is a kit number, or stage number 7. Looks like we're going to be working on the engine. Looks like it's going to be like the timing chain cover and some of the intake and the exhaust and oil pan and all that good stuff. Looks like we got AP screws, BP screws, EP screws, DM and EM screws for that kit, and that's what's all in the kit. Now for issue number, or should I say stage number 8, it's going to show, looks like some more parts of the engine, and they're very small. Now there is a mod trick for, now this is supposed to be spark plugs. Now I looked at the kit and they're all 1 color. Now on an actual engine, you know, spark plugs are like 2 different colors. You got black and, you know, the black, and then there's white. There's a white part of the spark plug. So I'm going to take a paint marker and I'm going to paint mine, so my spark plugs, so they look like actual spark plugs when I get to that stage. I'm not going to do it now, but I will do it when I get to that stage. So as you see in stage 8, now I may have a tendency to repeat, like when I do a video, like I'm going to do this one separate, a separate video, and this is going to be a separate video. So what I'm showing now is what I'm going to be doing in those stages, so I may not come back to this when I get to that stage, or I might just show a what do you call it, a refresher to show what I'm going to be doing in that stage. But this is going to be a little bit of an introductory before I actually get into the model part. So I'm excited to get into it. And this is going to be stage 9. We'll just go over that real quick. It looks like some more of the engine. Got the air cleaner and got the carburetor and some more smaller parts. And over here, got stage 10. And it got more stuff like the pulleys and brackets and things like that to go on the front of the motor, and got more different screws too. And I'll get more when I get to, I don't want to explain too much right now in this part of the stage, because when I do each stage, it's going to be the same magazine, but I'll have it opened up where we can just see just particular what that's going to have in it. And then stage 7, and you're going to see it, just like I said, it looks like it's going to be the first part of the motor, the front of it, and then it's going to get into the intake and distributor, and mainly on that. Okay. And it looks like some more stuff for the intake. Oil pan, and it kind of adds on to what from last stage where it had the engine and transmission part. And it looks like a motor mount and some more of the engine, and that's what it should look like after 7 is done. And now I would show the rest of this, but since this is going to be stage 7, that's as far as I'm going to go on showing what's in the rest of it. And then when I do the next stage, I'll show the steps that are involved in it. So that way it's not going to be the same thing per each video. So let's get to it. Okay, before I start getting into the build, I'm going to show you what the kit looks like before I open up the container. And see, this is number 7. And you see there's the exhaust and part of the engine block and oil pan and all that stuff. They're not small parts. I mean, they look smaller on the magazine, but so yeah, there's a little bit of intricate stuff in there. Alright, now we can get started. Now on this stage 7, the first part of it, they want us to take the timing belt cover, and they want us to connect the they want us to connect this connector. Now on this connector, get a little zoom in on this. I don't know if you can see it. On this connector, you notice it looks a little bit smaller on this side and it's bigger on this side. Okay, so the smaller end, okay, this is the timing cover. So on the back of it, they want us to do like that, and they want us to hold it in place with 2 M screws. Maybe adjust this just a little bit. Now the camera's doing something weird, so I'm gonna have to back it out just a tad. Maybe angle it just a little bit more. Now the camera is sort of like almost in my face, so it's a little hard for me to see what I'm doing. That's because of the arm of the camera holder is actually a little bit short, as I was mentioned in one of the previous videos I did for Fast and Furious. Okay, since these are going in the middle, we're going to be putting a little bit of 3-in-1 oil on the threads. And I may have to switch the camera a little bit because it's hard for me for y'all to see what I'm doing. Get that one started. Alright, let me switch camera angles real quick. Okay, we'll try this angle and see how it works. If it looks like it's going to be difficult for y'all to be able to see, I will change the angle again. But I'm trying to get it where y'all can get a good view here. So that's kind of difficult to do without me bumping into the camera. Or should I say my cell phone that I'm using as a camera. That's how I do most of my videos, or pretty much all my videos I've done. I use my cell phone because I don't really have an actual camera. And of course, every time I zoom in, this thing does that weird little zooming thing it likes to do. I'm trying to get it where it doesn't do that. So if anybody wants to do a little bit of a comment on how some of my videos look so far as what I've been doing to the videos of the sound effects and things like that I've been using in them, if you like that kind of thing, you know, or if you don't like that kind of thing, just let me know in the comments below, and I'll see what I can do about changing that. But there's that part of the stage. Okay, next section. Okay, now they want us to take what they call 07C, which is the cooling system. This is plastic, and this is metal. And they want us to put it on the back. Now there is a little peg right there, and then 2 screw holes, and it lines up on it like that. Well, it's supposed to. Just like that. And then they want it to be secured with 2 AP screws. Since I already got one on the screwdriver, get it started, so it'll hold it in place. Now, depending on the introduction that I did with this video, that I'm doing with this video, the one thing I would like to do is be able to put like a Ghostbuster theme type music in the beginning of the video. And I don't want to do something that's going to be copyright protected or anything like that, because it could cause me to get a strike on my channel, and I don't want that. So I'm basically gonna probably have to use something generic or something. I want to use the Ghostbuster theme, but if I do, it'll be copyright protected and I won't be able to use it. So thought I'd just throw that out there. Alright, next section. Okay, in this next step, they want us to take the assembled part we just did, and they want us to attach it to the left engine block that I did off camera months ago. Okay, so I've showed this in a other video, but this is more like a refresher so you can see what I got so far. So there's this, and there's a little slot for that, a little slot right there for the pin that's in this side. They can go in like that, and you just kind of line it up like that. And then they want us to use a DM screw. So if that'll stay put, which it probably won't. Okay, DM screw. Of course, we're going to use 3-in-1 oil. And I have to apologize in advance. Of course, I've mentioned this before, that when I'm doing something, sometimes I don't speak very much while I'm doing the videos, just mainly because I'm concentrating on putting the part together. So I'm not really much of a talker when I'm actually busy doing something. I apologize in advance for that. So if I get really quiet, usually on the other videos, when I get really quiet, I put in like a filler type music or have some weird little sound effects going on in the background for some, you know, just to pass the time, and maybe a little music in there too. So okay, make sure that's nice and tight. I don't want it to be too tight because we don't want to break the plastic. Alright. Just make sure that's in place where it doesn't come out, or where it needs to stay. Okay, it looks like it's okay. Alright, there we go. Next step. Okay, next step. We don't need this for the next step, so we're going to set it aside for now. Now they want us to take, looks like the distributor. It's called a distributor assembly. It's actually a molded piece of plastic. And they want us to insert it into the engine top is what they call this. and it's also made of plastic. Now on the bottom of this, it's keyed, as you can see, and there's a keyed slot for it right here, so it's only going to go one way. So we'll stick it in like that. Okay, now they want it to be secured by an AP screw. So if I get really quiet, I apologize again, as I'm concentrating on doing this. So some people talk a lot when they're doing work, and me, I don't talk very much when I'm working. So it's just a habit. So you snug that down, not too tight, or you could crack it. So don't want to break it. Okay. Next step. In this stage, you want us to kind of scoot that off to the side. Now he wants to take the engine top. They call it engine top, and then they want us to put this little, I'm not sure exactly what this is called again. It's this little piece right here. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be painted a color or if it's supposed to be stayed that blue color. Some people paint these, but I'm probably going to leave it like it is. They call this a pipe joint. Okay. And it's keyed just like the other thing. It can only go one way. And that's also keyed. So this is going to go in like this. Because my big hands. Okay, so. Alright, and on the back side, they want it to be secured with an AP screw, I think. Let me double check that. I'm looking at the manual a little different. BP screw. Okay. Probably takes me longer to take the screw out of the bag than it does to screw in the part. Alright. Some people I noticed on YouTube that are building this model, I've noticed when they take their screws out, they kind of dump them all over the table. I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to keep them in their bags until I need them. Alright, just make sure that that's little pipe joint is sitting there on top of that, and then you secure it. Since it is made out of plastic, you don't need no oil. So I'm going to screw that in. Just have to make sure it stays in place. And if the camera moves in a weird way or bumps or makes a sudden shaking a movement, that means I bumped into it. So it's because it's really close to my hands. Okay, that's tight. Make sure it's in where it needs to stay, which it is. Alright, next step. Okay, the next thing they want us to do is to take the assembly that we just did. They want us to put it on top of the engine top, and they want us to secure it with 2 AP screws. Okay. It only goes one way. There's like a little peg right here, and there's a hole that it goes in right there. So you just line up the peg with the hole. Provided I can find it. Okay, now I want to secure it with AP screws, which I have one already on my screwdriver, and it doesn't get any 3-in-1. That's going into plastic. Okay. So this video isn't a super long video. I want to make sure that I don't want to show every little second that I'm doing what I'm doing in the video, because if I do, that might make the video take a while. So I'm trying to keep it at a reasonable time. It can be a little bit long, just we'll see. Alright, that's tight. Next step. Okay, on this little part, they want us to take the intake manifold, which is also made out of plastic, and they want us to attach it to the assembly that we just did on the last step. And it only goes a certain way. From looking at the pictures, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like this little tab right here on the side of this, and there's 2 holes on the back side of the intake that points towards the distributor. So don't put it on backwards like that. So put it on like this. Make sure the hose line up with that. It's going to look like that when I attach all the screws to it. So you flip it over, and they want it attached with 4 AP screws. And again, I have to apologize that I'm not talking very much while I'm assembling the parts. So if I add any fillers in the video, like music or sound effects, or say a little imaginary helper that does the whipping of the bullwhip or anything like that, or maybe in this case with maybe with this one I might try to find something that has to do with ghosts and ghouls, since this is a Ghostbuster car. Wouldn't it be appropriate to do something with ghosts type thing? I'm not saying like Halloween or anything, but maybe some thriller stuff, or maybe a jump scare or something like that, if I can figure out how to put something like that in the video, which would be kind of cool, don't you think? Like right now, if I could figure out how to do a jump scare, I might actually put one like now. Just kidding. But yeah, something like that. But anyway, there's the part. Next step. And this little step, they want us to take the breather cap, and they want us to fix the lower fuel pump attached to it with 2 EP screws. So let's see, it looks like this, and then you got, looks like it goes that way. So it can go either way, so make sure you pay attention. You have this part pointing in that direction and going towards that, so you want it like that. And attach 2 EP screws, and we fight these little Ziploc bags trying to get the screws out. Now this might be a little bit fidgety going in like this, so we'll see what we can do with that. think the plastic has threads already in it. I think you have to actually, when you're screwing the screws in, I think they cut threads as they go in. I'm not sure if it's the same way with the metal parts though. Okay, nice and snug. Like that. Okay. The next step. This part, they want us to attach the oil filler thing that we just put together. They don't really give it a name, they just have a part number to it. It does have a little keyway on it. I don't know if you can see that or not. So like a little keyway, and then there's a keyed hole right there in that part of the manifold. It's only going to go one way, like that. And they want us to coat it. I want us to assemble it with an AP screw. Yeah, we can keep it together without it sliding out like that. Okay. This is one of those moments where you feel like you need another set of hands for this. I don't know if you need to do it a little bit, well, maybe you do. Or you feel like you need another set of hands, depending on how difficult this is going to be. I'm going to try to do it. Okay, it's being a little difficult. If it gets too difficult, I'll cut camera. But if I can get it in without having to cut camera, it'd be great. But again, I mentioned this before, that if I start having issues myself, maybe it would be beneficial to let you know. I mean, to show my mistakes and stuff, I think it would be beneficial to show, because at least it would be able to show that if I'm having the similar issues that you're having, then maybe you know that I'm having the same problems that you may be having if you're experiencing the same issues. So while I'm on the topic, if anybody that has their Ecto-1 model kit, if you're having little small issues, like for example, you know how like I said, for like the last 2.5 months I've been waiting for this kit to come in because they didn't have the license plate free gift that comes with it, so they kept my model kit until they restocked the license plate. And if you're having the same kind of issues like that, where you got a big delay, waiting on a free gift or something, put your, just say something about it in the comments. We can share our stories, in the comments about our little issues that we're having with Eaglemoss or parts of our model, or if you use mods or anything like that, just, share it with everybody. Alright, next step. Okay, in this segment, we don't need this, so we'll set it aside. And he wants to bring back the engine block, and that's getting a little heavy. Most of this is metal, by the way. That's why it's got some weight to it. It probably weighs a little bit more than the Fast and Furious engine right at this point, so it does feel a little heavier. Alright, so the oil pan is made out of plastic. They call this an oil sump in the instruction, but it is an oil pan if you're in the United States. They do call this an oil pan. You can call it an oil sump if you want to, but I'm going to call it an oil pan, because that's what we call it here in the United States. If you're from the United States, that's what we call it. Alright, so these two tabs with two holes, they want us to line up with the two holes that are in the block. So we'll put it on there like that. Now make sure that the oil pan, or should I say oil sump, if you want to call it that, it goes like this, where the bigger end is pointing towards the transmission. They want it to be secured with 2 EM screws, which are going in the metal, so you need to lubricate the threads with 3-in-1 oil. So we'll just line up the hose and screw it in. I'll start it in on one side and before I tighten it down all the way, so if I do tighten it in all the way, it might actually pull the part to one side or another and make it to where the hole won't line up on that side. So that's why I'm doing it this way. A little bit of 3-in-1 oil on the threads, line up the hole, and tighten it down all the way. You lubricate the threads on there with 3-in-1 oil because it will help you thread in the part so you don't accidentally cross thread it. It'll help it go in easier so it doesn't cause so you don't end up stripping the head of the screw out, or you don't I don't know if it helps you with that, but it helps the screw go in easier. That's why you lubricate it, the threads on the screws, with 3-in-1 oil. It just makes it go in easier than if you did it dry. Alright, now next step. Okay, this one's a little bit weird, but they want me to take this part, which is the engine top, or in this case, this is called an engine intake manifold. Even though the instructions doesn't say that, it just says engine top. Well, on any kind of motor, there's going to be, this is an intake. You know, so they want us to just put it on top, but they want us to line up with the holes like that, and they don't want us to put any screws in it yet. So this is pretty much all there is on that part. Okay, so now we go to the next step. Okay, the next step, we won't need this, so we just set it aside. Alright, now they want us to take what they call the right engine support, which is this. It looks like a motor mount. It's made out of metal. Okay, and this part of the engine block is the right side of the engine, which is also metal. Okay, they want us to secure what I call an engine mount onto the side of the engine, the right side of the engine block, with 2 DM screws. So it'll only go one way because there's 2 screw holes on this side. There's not anything on that side. So you look at the support, and there's 2 holes here. You just line them up with that. Okay. And we take our DM screws, put them in 3-in-1 oil, and just thread it in. Let's get it started. Do this one. But yeah, if you want to leave a comment down below, you're probably going to ask me about like I said, if the sound effects are too much, what I'm doing in the videos or anything. If you like them, let me know. If you don't like them, also let me know. You know, the different sound effects I've been putting in the videos and things like that. Just let me know in the comments so I know which way to go with the videos. So, but I don't mind putting the sound effects in there, but I'm not sure if people are getting tired of that or not. I don't know. You know, unless y'all tell me, I won't know. Okay, that goes in tight. And that goes in tight. Don't go in too much because you don't want it to use too much force and cause it to strip out. So there's that part. And I believe that finishes off the kit. Now, we still have this intake manifold, which we don't put in this part of the kit. We have that left over, and we have the engine, part of the engine block. And then we also have almost a completed motor or engine with the transmission attached to it. This is what it's looking like so far. So, in case you hadn't seen the other videos, this is what it looks like. There's gonna be a lot of details in this thing, so. But yeah, that's what it looks like so far. So, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, that was a pretty interesting little build, and it was actually not that bad, at least not yet. From what I saw on some other videos on the Ecto-1 that people were building, uh, it's going to get a little harder as it gets further along, especially when you start getting into the wiring and stuff. Now, I know it's going to be months before I get to that stage, but at least I know what I'm getting into before it gets here. So, yeah, that'll be it for, just hang on, let me look in a minute. You see anything behind me over there? Kind of weird. Every time I look, there's nothing there, but when I look in the camera, looks like there might be something there. Anyway, this is oh, that's the end of stage 7 on issue 4 on the magazine, but it's stage 7 of the model. So stay tuned. Let's see, as far as when I'm going to release this video, I might I'm going to keep the Fast and Furious videos coming out on every Saturday, but I think I'm going to start releasing the Ghostbuster videos. I think I'm going to do that probably on a Sunday, or maybe a Monday. I'm not quite sure yet. So whenever you see a notification for this, for any of the videos that I do, like for in this case it's going to be the Eaglemoss Ghostbuster Ecto-1. Whenever I upload it to YouTube and make it available to watch, then expect it to come out every week on that day, on that whatever day I pick. So you'll have Fast and Furious on a Saturday. It could be called Fast and Furious Saturday, and then you can do a Ghostbuster Monday or something like that. They're just throwing that out there. Oh, I almost forgot something important. I needed to include in this video. Let me adjust my camera. Okay. This little segment that I'm fixing to say, it's not related to the model cars. Okay, so those that don't know, that are new to the channel, I used to raise mealworms and I used to have a chameleon by the name of Rango. So that's the reason why my channel is called 2013 Rango, because it was the year 2013 when I got him. That's the reason why I named my channel after him. But sadly, he did pass away a few years back, so if you don't know that, you know, he did. But anyway, all my long-term subscribers that came on to watch mealworm videos and things like that, you know, you've hung around all this time and you're still subscribed to my channel. I appreciate your loyalty to the channel. And I know it may not be some of the content that I'm doing now, may not be something you want, but I have something for you. If you're one of my long-term subscribers and you've been with my channel since the early days when I started doing mealworm videos and chameleon videos, if you're still on the channel and you still want to watch mealworm videos, to make it easier for you to find my mealworm videos without having to go looking through every video that I do, look on my channel. If you go to my channel and go to, let me check on real quick, just hang on a minute. Okay, this is for all my viewers that used to watch all my mealworm videos. And if you're still, I didn't take the videos down, so they're still on my channel. But if you, to make it easier for everybody that still watches or still likes my mealworm videos back from the past, if you still want to watch those, I made it more convenient for you if you're still into mealworms. I've made if you go to my channel, 2013 Rango, you go to playlists, and you will find a list of every mealworm video that I filmed from the very first one to the very last one. And you'll find it on the playlist. I made a playlist just for you, or everybody that likes the mealworms. And even though I stopped raising them, I'm not going to take the videos down. So if you still want to watch them, or even some of the newer viewers, if you're into the mealworms, if you're into that, you go to the playlist and look under, you'll see a playlist of every mealworm video I did. It's called Everything I Know About Mealworms. And every video that I did about mealworms is on that list. Now, for those that were subscribed to my channel to watch Chameleon videos when Rango was alive, you know, all the videos I ever made of him, I also made a playlist of him. So every playlist that I did, everything, all my Rango videos that I did, from the very first one to the very last one, I also made a playlist for that, so they're all in a convenient location. All you gotta do is go to my playlist and you'll see both the mealworm and you'll see all the Rango videos there. So for all my viewers for mealworms and all the viewers for Rango, or both, all the videos that for those two subjects will be on my playlist. So if you're interested, if you've never seen those, go there and check it out, and then you might like what you see. And then some of my older viewers, if you missed some of those videos, the videos are still there. Just go to the playlist on my channel and you'll find them there. So anyway, back on topic about what I just did on the videos that I've done already. So okay, so as for the build your own Ecto-1 from Eaglemoss, 1/8 scale model, I'm not sure when this video is going to go live, so whenever it goes live, basically you're going to have one video from Fast and Furious, and then you're going to have another one from Ghostbusters in the same week. So you're going to get 2 videos a week after this one goes live. So whatever day this goes live, which I haven't decided which one, when I get time to edit the video and put it up, then you'll know, you know, from that point on, it'll probably be once a week for this video, and then it'll be once a week for the other one. So it'll be in the same week. You know, so yeah, there you go. I guess that's all I need to say. What is that in the background? Anyway, the reason what I'm doing is because it is the Ghostbusters, I'm going to try to do something a little different just for the Ghostbuster videos. You won't see it in the Fast and Furious videos, but I'm trying to make it its own thing compared to the Fast and Furious. I don't want them to be exactly the same, so I want to make them a little different. So so bear with me as I try to go through the process of editing and everything, and hopefully I do a good job on it. And I'll try to do my best. But before I go, like and subscribe if you want to. Like the video, it tells YouTube that you like these kind of videos, and it also lets you know when, if you hit the notification button, it also lets you know whenever I publish a brand new video. If you want to subscribe, it helps me out and making more content in the near future. So it helps me out if you subscribe, and it shows that you care, that you want to see more of this stuff. And I'll try to keep the videos coming. Did you see that? That's weird. Anyway, yeah, just hit the notification button if you like what you see, and all that good stuff. So, yeah, I'm gonna try to do something a little different with, you know, with these videos compared to the other ones. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to say right now. I got distracted for a moment. Now I forgot what I was going to say. But I think I said what I needed to say about the playlist. So anybody that's interested in the other type of videos that I'm no longer making, but the videos are still available for you to watch. You know where to find them. They're in the they're in the playlist. So thank you for watching. I appreciate your time, and hopefully I don't make the videos too silly for you to watch. So uh, so thanks again. Hopefully soon. Okay. So we're doing. I'm not sure exactly what I'm trying to say. So anyway, I'm tired. I've just got off work a little bit ago, and I'm doing the video. So there you go. All right. I will see you when I see you, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. I appreciate your time. Thank you. Bye. It's not there when I look, but it's on the camera. Okay. Bye.